Hi, welcome back everyone. So this time we're going to be using quite a few different stamps here. So I'm also going to use the framed squares as well. I have already started these off, but if you just ignore this for a second, the basic thing that we've done is actually add the framed squares to the front of the card using a little bit of repositionable adhesive. And then what I've done, I've rubbed the back of this, minus the middle panel by the way, we've taken the middle panel away. And then we just rub the back of it with wax paper. I believe you can use a tumble dryer sheet. This just helps the ball tool to glide across the card easily, because what we're going to do is then emboss this card. So basically you're pushing that cardstock into the stencil here. So it's only going to emboss where you've got that middle panel missing. So it's pushed it nice and tightly into the panel on the front here. And then we've gone ahead and we've done our background. So basically we've done our hill first, so we've just rubbed down with the ink, and then we've done the top half like this, and I'm going to put this back in place now. And we have done our yellow, and then we've also added some grey in the corner here, and added a few of those clouds. If I just remind you how to do these little clouds here, and then basically what we're going to do is take off some of that colour. So if I stamp this down and just unevenly take off some of the colour and then stamp that down, you get some lovely, lovely soft cloud-like images in the backdrop there. So next thing we're going to do is actually add in some of our little pots and also our little bird table. So for that, I'm going to use two colours again, but we're going to use a little bit of green so it looks quite mossy. So I'm going to go all over with the palest colour first, which is the green. So all over the front of the stamp, and then we're going to add a little bit of brown just over the sides. So let's add some bark. This one's coarse, just going to go all the way across. And you can see I'm just sort of picking up the edge. And the nice thing about these stamps is there are no edges to them, so you're very unlikely to catch anything. So it doesn't matter to me if I get a little bit of this on my block. And then we're just going to stamp that down wherever we want it. And again, make sure you just walk your fingers all over your card. Okay, and we can take that off. And you can see we've got a little bit of green showing through on there, which just makes it look a little bit more realistic. So let's do the same thing again. So all over with the green. And then we're going to add a few little spots of the brown. So you've got quite a lot of moss on these pots as well. This is a slightly darker brown than the last one, but I don't think it's going to matter. So let's pop that one in here. So you've got some very mossy looking pots, just like you'd find in a sort of stately home scene. So let's pop a little bit more in. And we'll go back to our paler brown for this one. And then we'll add the darker brown just along the edges of the stamp. So always use your palest colour first, and then this will not sort of mucky up your stamps either. So once we've got all our pots in place there, I'm hoping I've left myself enough room for those little wellies to go in. So I'm going to pop those in now. So basically I'm putting all the main things that I want in my design in now. And then we're going to add in our little flowers and all our other details in a second. So again, with the little Wellington boots, these are from the winter stroll set, we're going to add two colours to them. So I'm going to use the palest one first, which is the blue. And then we basically just added in a little bit of a darker pink colour around the edges, just to give them some dimension. Now you'll see I've stamped over that pot. It's not really going to matter because it's still going to look, because it's paler than the pot, it's still going to look like they're behind the little pots. So now we can go ahead and start to fill in all our little designs. So I'm going to put a little hot air balloon in. So again, this is from the Up and Away set. So two colours again, a pale blue, and then I'm going to use a darker blue. So I'm just putting a little bit on the basket area, and then we're just going to walk all the way around and pop this up in this corner here, like so. So this could actually be great for a more masculine card as well if you want to. So you could do something with more hot air balloons in, which I'll show you in a minute if I can find that one. So we're just going to add in some little flowers and things now, and also some little vines. So these are from the Swings and Things. And we're just going to have some of these just creeping down over the edges of your card. So again, don't re-ink every time. You want this to look quite natural. And then we're going to add in a little bird. So again, 2 colours on him. The palest brown first, and then followed by the darker brown. So I'll get that one in there like that. And then we're going to start to add in some flowers from the Little Dainty Daisy set. So we're just going to basically fill all of this design in now. But again, remember not to re-ink every single time. Let the ink run out on the stamp. So this is going to look more natural. And then once you finish with one, we're going to add in a few little leaves. So you'll notice I've got my stamp on the other side as well. So it's really, really handy for mounting your stamps. And you can see how much quicker it actually makes this whole process of stamping, especially because we want to be rotating the stamp between impressions. So it's nice and sort of random, because you don't want this to be too perfect at all. Okay, so let's add a few more colours. Let's get a little bit of a pink in there as well. Wrong one. Got some pink leaves there. We're going rogue. Okay, just add these over the top like that until you get this beautiful look to it. So let's put in a couple of the leaves as well. Only we'll do them green this time instead of pink. But if you want pink leaves, that's absolutely fine as well. Okay, so let's leave it there because I don't want to put too much in. And then what I'm going to do is just put a little bit of the Oriental Blossom just creeping in this corner. And this is where this stamp comes into its own. So you've already seen in the last demonstration how we used it. And this time we're just going to have this sort of dragging over the edge of the card like that. Okay, so I would say we've kind of got that one finished. So I'm going to take away this little bit of paper that we've got. And then just at the bottom, I'm going to add in some of the little grasses. So this is in the winter stroll set. So this is in with the little Wellington boots. I'm just going to add some little bits of grass just over the bottom edge here. Maybe just a couple of little flowers as well. So just in this bottom corner here. Okay, so what I want to do is actually put some colour on one of the other frames. So we're going to take one of them off, but we're going to leave one in place as well. So the next one along we're going to leave in, and then what I'm going to do is just pop out this one here like that. So if you've got any glue residue, you might want to just get rid of that. And then what we're going to do is emboss that on the other side before we go any further. So we're going back to our wax paper, and we're just going to go all the way around. And then use the ball tool just to push this into the cardstock. So once you can see where your actual frame is, and you're just going to push that all the way down into the cardstock like so. All the way down. And then we can take off that last frame. Okay, so let's turn this back around. If you want to, you can add just a touch of colour onto here. So I'll just show you on a little bit. So a little bit of yellow. I'm just going to add a little bit, just maybe to the corner. So all the way around. And this is optional, but you could also stamp through this bit as well if you want to. Now on ours we've added a little bit more colour than this, but what I'm going to do now is just pop off that, and then we're going to pop off this bit as well, and you can see we've got a nice line of embossing. So just get rid of some of your repositionable adhesive. Okay, and there we can see we've got the lovely embossed frame. So if you want to, you can just take your liquid pearls and just add a little bit of this or any sort of dimensional paint that you've got, and we can just add that into the centres of these flowers here, just to sort of finish that off. And there you go. So there is your finished little sample. Hope you like it.